Thank you for taking the time to do this. I know this is a very busy time for you, but I'd like you to talk a little bit about and get your reaction to the news about what the CIF has said about no more football until next year at the earliest.
Yeah, I got into this sport because I love kids and I love to be a part of their lives. And quite honestly, Jim, I'm a person that these kids look to for advice. They look to for answers. And I think one of the most disappointing things about this is I haven't had any answers, and it's hard to sit in front of it's just another day that I'm going to have another Zoom meeting and see the hurt and the disappointment in the kids' eyes. I got to be honest with you. I think the CIF at the state and local level has been fantastic. They want to play. I can tell that they want to play. They have an investment in that as well. It's been frustrating to not have guidance or guidelines or protocols set by the state to which, is clear so we can give people answers. Because a day hasn't gone by where I haven't got a phone call from a family or a kid that, Coach, what do we do? My kid wants to play college football. My kid has worked his whole life for this, and it's hard to sit there and say, I don't know what to tell you. Because I don't have the answers, and it would be definitely nice to have some guidance on that.
But Coach, sometimes our young people understand situations a lot better than we think they do. And I would imagine under your guidance, because you have been such a good coach there for such a long time, that they will realize that you and everyone is looking out for their health.
Absolutely. There's no doubt. And kids are resilient. Kids are smart. They knew the writing. You can't fool them. And they've known for a while that this was going to be an uphill battle. But Jim, I also have to say we've been out there for 8 months, practicing responsibly, social distancing, wearing masks. Even when these kids are working out, they're wearing masks. They're working hard, and I do feel like, hey, I'll be honest, I'm a person in my personal and professional life that has taken this virus very seriously, and it scares the hell out of me. And every day I try to find a way to keep my family safe and to keep these kids safe. But I do feel like when we're out there on the field doing it right and keeping distance and wearing masks and, taking temperature checks and doing questionnaires, they're probably as safe as they probably can be when they're out there.
Coach, what are the life lessons you will tell your players that they are and should be learning at this critical time?
Hey, life is hard. There's uphill challenges, and it doesn't always go exactly how we want. And I challenged my kids probably 9-10 months ago to use this as an opportunity to make yourself better and to find a way to improve yourself, because that's the only thing you can handle. And, this is something that's very tough on these guys, but it probably won't be the toughest thing that they see in their life. And so I think as a high school coach, it's our job to create tough, strong men that are able to go out there and fight and compete, and not just on the field, but through life. And I can tell you my group of young men are an impressive group, and they are resilient, and they have shown up. But I can tell you when they're out on that field, it's something that they need. We've had kids that mental health is being out on that field with their friends is needed. And kids are going through a lot. And being a part of the football team and just being out there doing conditioning has been the greatest thing in the world for these kids. And it's incredible to see smiles on their faces and see them, have the joy of the sport that they love.
And Coach, the impact that you have on these young men and their lives. And sitting here listening to you, I was just reflecting back on my junior high school, who is Coach Jimmy Duggar. It's amazing how you made me remember things like that. And my high school coach, it's amazing how coaches have an impact on young men and young ladies that will last them for a lifetime. And that's exactly what you're doing with your group now.
No doubt. And I'm the same way. I can look back and close my eyes and picture myself on my high school football field. And hey, that's the joy of doing what I do for a living. Is I think football and sports, for that matter, teach you life lessons far beyond the field or the court. And, these kids are going through a lot when it's going through being on a computer all day and getting a top-notch education and still getting ready for college and that sort of stuff. And so they'll be fine. it's just hard to get them to understand that, and obviously I applaud the CIF for, especially at the state level, for being willing to get rid of state playoffs to hopefully make this work down the road. And quite honestly, Jim, this isn't about championships this year. It's about the kids and their mental health and their well-being. And I sure hope that I hope that we are able to get this virus under control and get it to go down. And equally, I feel that I hopefully that we can get the season underway.
Coach, I can't thank you enough. I want to say one thing. You're everything that's good, not only about football. You're everything that's good about sports and developing our young guys. If there's ever anything I can do for you or with you, you just let me know. And I'm very proud and honored to have talked to you today.
Well, thank you, sir. I can't tell you how much that means to me, and I have so much respect for you, watching you as I've grown up, and that you made my day just hearing that. And I really do appreciate that.